Today on Artist Arms, we're going to talk about why you should own a ham radio, even if you never plan on getting licensed and you never plan on pushing this right here. Many people don't even consider getting a ham radio because they think that to use a ham radio, you need to have a license. And this is not really actually true. You only need a license for a ham radio if you intend on broadcasting, which is pushing this little button right here. But if you don't intend on broadcasting, you can own a ham radio and listen into any channels that you can possibly pick up. This particular radio is a Baofeng UV5R, and this has become an item that I take with me wherever I go. If I am on a trip somewhere, it's in my car with me, and if I'm at home, I'm gonna have at least one on hand. And here's why. In the event of any natural disasters, this little radio will become your connection to a local intelligence network, which is overly eager, I would say, to share as much information with you as possible. In pretty much every metropolitan area, you're going to have local repeaters. Now, a repeater is basically like a cell tower for the signal of a ham radio. But unlike a cell tower where you're only making personal calls, on a repeater, you're talking to everyone who is connected to that tower. So it's basically like a giant group chat that is local to that area. Now, Steve, what if the power goes out? Well, that's a good question. With the infrastructure for most of these ham radios, a lot of these repeaters in metropolitan areas have backup power solutions for emergency situations. So even if the power goes out and your cell phone coverage is gone, there's a high likelihood you're still going to be able to jump onto the local repeater, and you're going to be able to get real-time information from other people in your local area, which can be really, really valuable. When I was on a work trip out of town, there was a severe weather warning, and I was able to tune in on the ham radio here even when the power was out, and I was listening to other people in the local metropolitan area giving me real-time intelligence about what the sky was looking like and at what cross streets, and I could sit there with a map and live track everything that was going on in a highly detailed manner that was more accurate than if I had had the Doppler radar in front of me. Now, if all of this is new information to you, I'm going to give you guys a couple of resources that you can dive into that are really going to help you get your head around some of the basics so that you can start using a ham radio just for listening in. I highly recommend the UV5R. These are great little radios. They're a little difficult to use at first if you've never used something like this, but once you get the hang of it, they're actually fairly simple to operate. And it's kind of fun. If you wanted to jailbreak them, they actually have a lot more features than a lot of other things on the market, though I would never jailbreak this radio or push this button. Second, you're going to want to go to repeaterbook.com. This is a free national database which is going to give you the information you need to know what frequency your local repeater is on and whether it has an emergency power solution in case the grid goes down, and any other helpful information like that. For me, I have a printout that I made that I take with me in my backpack that shows me the radius of the signals for my local repeaters around me, what their frequencies are, and just all the information that I need to be able to dial into wherever I am and to get the information that I want. Now, if all this sounds really cool to you and you actually want to really get into radios some more, I highly recommend that you guys go and buy a book by NC Scout called The Gorilla's Guide to Baofeng. And that's going to be a great little crash course on exactly what it sounds like. It's going to give you a quick and dirty way to utilize all the functions in a small, inexpensive radio like this UV5R for any emergency scenarios that may come up. I know this is a bit of a quick and dirty episode, but as you can see, I'm on the road and I'm just in a hotel room right now, and I'm just trying to continue to make valuable content for you guys. And I wanted to share this because I really do think that more people should be utilizing ham radios, even if they don't plan on getting licensed and they never plan on touching that forbidden little push-to-talk. These are inexpensive, and it's a great way to have a local intelligence network at your fingertips whenever there's an emergency situation in your area.